Walking with integrity. Integrity embraces one's deepest desire to demonstrate love for God by adhering, come what may, to God's word. See John chapter 14, verse 15. However, as we shall see, integrity is more than a desire to walk righteously. It involves understanding, Job chapter 28, verse 28, and the doing of God's word. Honesty is a virtue, akin to integrity, both being truly and absolute. Either one has it, or one does not. In a speech on honesty, an example was given of reusing uncancelled postage, stamps. One can rationalize. However, it is not the huge postal system one is defying, but God. In truth, there is no little sin. James chapter 2, verse 10. We should always remember, he that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much, and he that is unjust in the least is unjust also in much. Luke chapter 16, verse 10. The Lord gives us inspiring examples of men who walked with integrity, including Job, Daniel, and the 3 privileged Hebrews in the king's court, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who, not being pleasers of men, said in Daniel chapter 3, verses 16 to 18, O Nebuchadnezzar, your question hardly needs an answer in this matter. If it is so, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of your hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto you, O king, that we will not serve your gods, nor worship the golden image which you have set up. As it turned out, they were delivered, showing the king, and you and I, God's great power. This demonstration of integrity was fortified by a strong foundation of faith, for they knew in their hearts they would be delivered and rewarded for their faithfulness, whether in this life or the next. When we walk with integrity in seemingly insignificant ways, our lives are changed, because doing the will of God is the only way to grow in His Spirit. John chapter 14, verse 23. We must practice what we believe. It is for this reason we are told in Romans chapter 14, verses 20 and 21, not to offend a brother by causing him to depart from what he believes is God's will, thus causing him to sin. We read, For meat destroy not the work of God. All things indeed are pure, but it is evil for that man who eats with offense. Can one walk with integrity and be misinformed or unaware of the fullness of God's word? Romans chapter 14, verse 6 indicates, when one is being misinformed, he does not violate generally accepted standards of morality. For instance, drinking in moderation may be lawful, yet there may be one who sees it differently, and refrains from drinking in his integrity. This is admirable and necessary, as was noted in Romans chapter 14, verse 20. When one has integrity, one is complete. However, integrity can be lost through disobedience, even though integrity embraces an abiding commitment to do only the Lord's will. Remember the sobering example of the man of God, who was instructed by God to neither eat nor drink on his mission to speak to the king, and how he told the king in 1 Kings chapter 13, verse 8, If you will give me half of your house, I will not go in with you, neither will I eat bread, nor drink water in this place. Yet being deceived on his journey home, he did eat and drink, sinning against the Lord, and was punished by death. Integrity is an important quality, and the Lord takes note of it. We are given many inspiring examples, like Joseph, who told Potiphar's wife that he could not take her, and sin against the Lord, Genesis chapter 39, verse 9. Although he was unjustly imprisoned for his integrity, in the end, he ruled over Egypt by the hand of the Lord. In addition, in the account of Abraham and Abimelech, the Lord demonstrated for us His care for those who have this quality. Remember how the Lord came to Abimelech in a dream, saying, Behold, you are but a dead man, for the woman whom you have taken is another man's wife. Remember Abimelech's response and what the Lord said to him? In Genesis chapter 20, verses 5 and 6, we read, Said he not unto me, She is my sister? And she, even she herself said, He is my brother. In the integrity of my heart and innocency of my hands have I done this. And God said unto him in a dream, Yea, I know that you did this in the integrity of your heart. For I also withheld you from sinning against me. Therefore I did not allow you to touch her. The Lord delivered Abimelech from sinning in spite of Abraham's and Sarah's deception. When we walk with integrity, we are given assurance God will not turn his face from us. Psalm 41, verse 12. The scriptures also teach that the worldly are wiser than the children of light, thus being successful in their worldly endeavors. We are told this in the parable of the unjust steward in Luke chapter 16, verse 8. It reads, "And the Lord commended the unjust steward because he had done wisely. For the children of this world are in their generation wiser than the children of light." They are wiser because they stay focused on their objective. For instance, Bill Clinton coined the phrase in his successful bid for the presidency, "It's the economy, stupid." He added stupid to show that it was so obvious yet not readily perceived. He was right and won the race, because in this world, people generally care more about what affects them. So then, what should be the Christian's mantra to be successful in his spiritual race? Think about it. The answer is obedience, just like the economy, which was so obvious to the wise in that race, but not perceived. Walking with integrity within the precepts of the Christian faith is recklessly abandoned. It is not works for which one could boast that matters, but obedience. Concerning works without obedience, remember Matthew chapter 7, verses 22 and 23. "Many will say to me in that day, 'Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in your name, and in your name have cast out devils, and in your name done many wonderful works?' And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you that work lawlessness," that is, disobedience. Many go to church, profess Christ's name, and even do many good works, yet these all mean little without obedience to God's will. From our very first parents to this day, obedience is what the Lord requires. Micah chapter 6, verse 8. The Lord in his wisdom has given man this evil world to teach them a better way, trying them by fire. God knew that Job would maintain his integrity even when unjustly treated, even as we are told by Jesus that only when we return good for evil, being obedient, is there any merit. Matthew chapter 5, verse 46. To grow in God's Spirit, we must master the small things. For who has despised the day of small things? For they shall rejoice, and shall see the plummet in the hand of Zerubbabel with those 7. They are the eyes of the Lord, which run to and fro through the whole earth. Zechariah chapter 4, verse 10. Article by J. DiCesare for CDMI.org.